Hello and welcome to my channel, aptly named The Boomer Man's Adventures. I'm a man, I'm a boomer, and I've had a whole stack of adventures in my 62 years. I'll be 63 in November and I've got lots of stories to tell you. So welcome and thank you for joining me. This channel, why? Well, there are an awful lot of channels out there at the moment and they're aimed at all sorts of people, but they're including lots of videos on retirees and people like myself who retired early. How do you fill the time? How do you stop obsessing about money? How do you enjoy the money that you've got, and how do you make more? So this video is hopefully going to cover all sorts of topics such as that. As I say, I'm 62 years old. I live in Suffolk in East Anglia in the United Kingdom, and it's a lovely place. 35 minutes from a beach, 25 minutes from a reasonably large town, and life is pretty peachy. It hasn't always been that, so I will tell you that in future videos. My story, how did I end up here? Well, I've had an adventurous life, which I can't wait to tell you all. You know, early stuff, truancy, delinquency, a spell in the army, coming out to my parents, meeting a fabulous fella, staying with him for 30 years, huge bereavement when he passed quickly, a period of wilderness, a period of travel, finding love again against the odds, which was incredible, and lots more travel and adventures in between, including later this year, a trip to Antarctica, which will be my 7th continent, and I can't wait to share that information with you. This channel I think is important, particularly for men. There are lots of groups where women support each other particularly well, and they do, and lots of other channels for men that don't quite hit the mark with me. I'm not into group therapy. It works for some, but not for me. So I do like to mix with other people of my own kind, but I also like to share my experiences with people, and above all, listen to other people's experiences. YouTube is fantastic for sharing stories and picking up ideas and improving oneself and looking for adventure and looking for opportunities. So that's why I've created this channel. In future content, and I aim to break down videos into segments, will be about my childhood, will be about my relationship with my parents, which wasn't always the best, about school, leaving school without qualifications, and then doing a degree in my 30s and another one in my 50s, just sort of show that you can actually move on from where you are, and toxic parenting doesn't have to define you. It can bring its challenges, of course, but you can and sometimes rise above it, and I feel I have. I've travelled wildly. I've been around the world twice. I love taking pictures of wildlife animals. Some of the videos I put on earlier in this YouTube journey, but this is my very first face-to-face introduction to me. As I said, I'm Stephen, and looking forward to joining you on board. I've got lots of plans to travel. I love cruising. I love adventure holidays. And as I say, later this year, I'm going to Antarctica on a tiny boat that's going to cross the Drake Passage. And if any of you know about the Drake Passage, it's going to either throw me about or it's going to sail into magical terrain and beautiful vistas. So that's really about my introduction, really. I'm really looking forward to starting this journey. In fact, I'm very excited about it. I am quite techie, so hopefully I'll be able to pick up some skills along the way. And obviously, if any of you are watching, if one person's watching, hello to you. If 2 people are watching now, we've got a menage a trois, and I can't say I don't like one of those. But let's build this together as a community, and if you've got comments to add, please add them and I'll try my very best to answer. And I will have to take on board criticism for the way I'm presenting myself or this video. So please, those more experienced than me, if you've got any tips to add, by all means do so. But it is a tricky one, launching out into the world of YouTube when you're a boomer. This video is also for Gen X's and boomers, and anybody who's got an interest in world travel that hasn't had the most conventional start or the most conventional life. But I'm here to share my joy, to share my news, and to listen and understand. So please do get in contact. If you really like this video, then please click a like and do subscribe, because I'd like to build this however long it takes, and it will be great to do it together. So that's it for now. That's a brief introduction to me and my life. I've got, I'm surprised I'm still here with some of the tales I've got to tell. But I will be truthful. I will be honest. I'm a sensitive person. I'm a big crier all the time. I don't know, I watch something on the TV or watch Les Miserables, and I'm flooding. But that's fine. It doesn't define me. It doesn't take away any of my masculinity. But I do like a good old grizzle. But switched on, happy, sound and sorted. And I'd really, really like it if you could come along and join me for this rocky road. And there's lots of highs and a few moments that we'll discuss later on that are a bit more sensitive and a bit more tricky. But I'm here. So thank you ever so much for watching this so far. And please leave any comments, and I look forward to joining you all in this big world outside of the kitchen. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.